had run out of money to buy a ride since you got fined 100 gold for hitting a city guard.
Damn it.
The bard learned a new song, which he hasn't shared, or song/story, which he hasn't shared with the rest of you. And you guys have learned a rumor that there's some sort of weird lights off in the woods towards the southeast here. And it's been remarked that the orcs in the area don't care much for going into the woods. They're more of a plain people. You so far have run into at least one group of orcs, but there was two of them wandering around. You have no idea. You hadn't seen the rest of their party. Maybe they got separated, but now you've arrived at the edge of the woods. So far, you spotted bits of an ancient wall, long overgrown, and pieces of what was most likely a road at one point, also probably about as old, equally overgrown. What would you like to do?
I think the plan was to go into the woods to find out what the hell those lights were. As far as
How high is the wall?
It's mostly crumbled down. It's it's above a gnome's head, but the tallest member of your party can stand there, look over it, probably put their hands on it.
Okay. Is the forest that we're going to on the other side of that wall?
No, the wall is just there in the forest. It's it's part of a wall. It's there's roots, there's vines overgrowing it. Most of it's crumbled down in places so that there's huge gaps. This is an ancient wall that's basically the only reason there's even parts of it standing up is probably because it's got entangled in roots.
If that's the case, I'm going to I want to learn what I can about this wall, if it's part of a castle or something, or what it could have been at one point. So, history check?
So you don't really know too much about the history of the locals, but if you get a high enough roll, you'll remember something from school. Or at least be able to determine ages. Investigation is probably a better choice, yes.
Okay.
Ah!
Yeah, my roll starts.
Alright, that's an excellent roll. Alright, you look at this wall, and you realize immediately that it is the same age as that ancient wall a bit of the north of here, is the wall that used to separate the borders of Hellspring and the country that used to be down here, that was overtaken about 1,000 years ago. This particular wall, it's hard to tell what it used to be guarding. You can't see anything much beyond it, but most likely it was some sort of wood settlement. The wood would have degraded since then, so there's nothing left of the buildings, but there is something left of a road, and that seems to be heading directly east of here. You could pick up bits and pieces of the trail from that investigation check. Just shinier stones than otherwise should be.
Okay. Does it look like somebody has traversed that path recently?
With that investigation check, yes. You can tell that there's been footsteps along this road. In fact, it looks as if at some point there was even a horse given a hoof impression, all heading to the east, into the woods.
So I look at the rest of the group and I'm like, alright, so this wall and the wall north of here are basically the same wall.
Well, no, not the same wall. They're from the same construction period.
Yeah. So it was protecting something for some reason. And there's a path leading east here that was apparently recently used. So we could probably follow that path, and at least what people have been seeing.
Seems like a good idea.
Just in time, Saren.
Yeah, roads weren't that bad until you got into town, so...
Mm-hmm.
Excellent.
Yeah.
I was just finishing the recap and telling Caveman what his investigation check revealed, and he's now revealing that to the party, so...
This wall that we're staring at, is of the same age group as the wall that's north of here that separated the two countries that used to be. And then there's a path that leads east that was used recently.
We're hunting orcs!
Should we check out the
Yes.
path but be stealthy about it? That's probably. Like, we probably wouldn't want to be seen just in case.
Do I know?
That's up to you.
I mean, creepy path, forest, orcs, skeletons. I vote is on not being seen. Or try to not be seen. We probably will roll shit on this, but let's just
Oh, yeah. So, I mean, we could try. I can't guarantee anything. So, we could try rolling stealth checks.
I can almost guarantee you this is going to be a bad idea.
Probably.
going good so far. It's not a one.
Could be worse.
Yeah. I mean, it's our stealth against their perception. You know,
Perception.
yeah. That's just perception, like. Mine is 11. I don't see us yet.
I do have a question for our wizard.
No,
see us.
that figures.
They do now.
That figures.
There was a question
Well-
for the wizard?
What's up?
While you were gone last week,
Uh-huh.
I did. I'm just letting you know, I did play your wizard. I did notice that you're missing 4 spells that you should have at first level. For 4
Okay.
first level spells. Yeah.
What would that be?
You at first level as a wizard you get 6 spells of your choice at first level.
Oh,
Like,
really?
some of those were like
yeah.
cantrips, and then other ones were spells. I
Yep.
keep running into that thing of like going, cantrip spells, but I keep trying to remind myself that cantrips are separate from spells. Don't count your spell list in terms of your cantrips. Your cantrips are there, are just there.
Yep. You get 2 on a level up instead of 2 to start with.
Okay.
A lot of people do get that confused.
So next up.
Alright, cool. Well, I'll look at that. In the meantime,
In the meantime, it's getting late. You're just inside that wall. You're not very stealthy. Ironus keeps, tripping over roots and making a lot of noise. You even hear, the sound of wings beating overhead, just kind of disturbed. Probably a bird driven from its nest by the sound.
alright. Well, I mean, we're gonna keep going down the path, right?
Yep.
Yes.
Alright. Just keep trucking.
And that's almost the best stealth I could roll.
That was my worst.
You have a +5. You have a better, you have a better modifier for your stealth than any of us.
It's almost better than all of us combined.
Almost.
As night falls, you hear a "oh" cutting through the woods.
Alright.
Oh, if we're traveling in the dark, I should probably have disadvantage on my stealth checks because I'm using light. Because I can't see in the dark.
Yeah. Well, like I said, night was
gonna
falling.
have-
So, let's see. Fredrickson.
I'm gonna have Ted use, do a perception check to see if he can... that would be a nat 20. Since he
Alright.
gets a,
Yeah.
advantage.
Jason's following me, guys. Let's see. We got Ernest. Who am I missing? Am I missing somebody? No, there's only
No.
4. That's right. There's only 4 of you. The other... we'll try to... Nah. For this game, I get four, especially with the NPC there. shouldn't be too bad. But you hear the howls, and Fred, you're being alerted by your companion that there is a pack of 4 wolves attracted by your scent coming that way. Up from the south. South of this map. Basically coming from this direction.
Alright. We're being hunted down by wolves, so we should probably keep our eyes to the south.
They're coming from the south?
Yes.
I'm going to get
direction.
further to the north.
I'll get out my dagger.
I'm going to join him.
And, yeah.
Try to pick up mage armor.
Yeah, I mean, mage armor's not the most important thing. Shield's probably good.
I mean, depends on your dex modifier. The shield only saves you for 1 round.
Whereas mage armor adds AC for a bit.
Yeah, for like 8 hours, so you get more.
True, but how often is a wizard physically getting targeted?
Yeah, that's true.
Especially if they stay back.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, right, initiative. Where am I? Sweet.
Actually, it'd be more like this. A little bit more spread out since they're a pack. There we go. And Jason would be more in the back. Alright. Braun, what would you like to do?
I guess I would walk forward a bit, and I will hold my action to attack any wolf that comes near me with a green flame blade attack with my dagger.
Alright.
I'll wait until 2 are next to me to do that.
Okay.
If I can.
Yeah, it's I know what that does. It's like, you hit one, it spreads over to the other. Valafar. That's the same weapon that same ability Fitz uses when she's playing her fighter character in my Strahd game. Well, my Strahd game ended last week.
I can see the wolves that I should be able to see these 2.
Yeah.
Right. Cool. Let's
Yeah, I don't have any lighting thing on this map, sorry. So I think originally
I don't want to pull out my crossbow, so I'm just going to make fun of it and say, here, puppy, puppy.
Which one?
I'll highlight it in a second.
1, 2, 3, or 4?
That one.
That's number 3, okay.
It's only 1 damage, but stupid wolf.
The wolf buries its teeth and growls.
Alright.
It is unaffected otherwise.
I'm going to use my movement 10 to get under a tree, and I'm going to start climbing up the tree.
You'll need to make, I guess, athletics is the climb of this one? Athletics check?
Shouldn't be too hard.
You are still at the base of the tree. You can't find purchase. Ernest, what would you like to do?
I'm pretty sure we all know what Ernest says.
He goes, run! Charges at them.
He's probably
Pretty
hungry. Frederick's still like, we found dinner, boys.
The first wolf takes a glancing blow to its shoulder, blood splurting out onto its fur. The wolf strikes back. Nope, that doesn't even hit you, does it?
Nope.
Second one does the same. Pack tactics means you get advantage, but that still is not enough. Third one, these have pack tactics, so they have advantage on their attacks.
Yeah.
That means that's a 23.
Oof. That's rough.
And then the last one comes to attack you as well. And misses. But they're now surrounding Ironus, determined to take him down. Fredrickson!
Yay! I'm going to Firebolt Wolf number 4.
Alright.
Pew!
8 damage. The smell of cooked dog hair fills your nostrils. It's not dead yet, though, but it seems to be struggling.
He's like, you fucking gnome. Well, yeah, fuck you, bitch.
Jason cracks his knuckles and also casts Firebolt on number 3. More... Ironus, your nostrils right now are just filled with the scent of cooked dog hair.
I figured Ironius would like it.
Yeah, maybe. Run!
His mouth's probably watering.
Bran runs forward and Green Flame Blade tries to stab Wolf 3.
Alright.
So first dagger attack.
Hits. Yep.
Right.
And that one's dead. Which way is the flame going?
4. Normally.
4. Okay. 3 damage. That one's also dead. You just killed 2 with 1 hit. Basically, the green flame incinerates both of them. Their fur is completely cooked. Their body is just kind of ruined on the ground.
I will use my bonus action to heal Ironius for 3 hit points.
Nice. Valifar.
Well, just because I probably can't see anything from where I am, let's get closer. And let's make a fun of puppy number 2.
Bork, bork.
He seems to be very distraught at that.
He's like,
And then-
asshole.
I'm moving my remaining 10 feet back. That's it.
Ironius.
Swing bada.
Animus. I did my attack.
Oh, sorry. I was like staring at it for a moment and the brain was not computing movement. Let's see. Wolf number 1. Pack tactics. It gets advantage. It's biting Ironius. That's not even a thing. Wolf number 2. Well, it has pack tactics. It also has vicious mockery. So they cancel each other out, and it's only its first roll matters. Doesn't matter anyway.
At least it wasn't in that one.
Fredrickson!
Alright, I'm gonna go after Doge number 1. And I'm going to Firebolt. Pew!
Looks almost dead. This is if it's about to fall over cooked. Jason grins and firebolts Wolf number 2. And misses as the bolt just kind of lands in the ground over here. He frowns and thinks about pulling out his spellbook to reread the passage. Brun.
I will move here over to support Ironius, and I will do the same thing as last time. I tried to stab Wolf number 2.
Miss.
Could I, because I'm using daggers, also use my bonus action to attack again with the other dagger? Because I'm wielding 2.
Do you have dual wielding?
I don't think you need dual wielding to wield 2 weapons. I think it only affects your damage.
Alright, then I believe it's a -4, wasn't it, to the second weapon?
No,
when you, as long as you're wielding 2 light weapons, you can attack using the attack action and then follow up with the bonus action attack. You just don't add your modifier
yeah,
to the damage on the second roll.
damage is only D4, for instance.
Okay.
So that second wolf number 2 takes 1 damage,
Alright.
and that's my turn.
Belfar!
Let's make fun of wolf number 1.
And it falls over dead on the spot. It seems like you scared it when it was in a vulnerable state, and its heart
shamed
just
it to
gave
death.
out. Yes, you did. Irenaeus, one last contestant.
Fun.
And it managed to dodge out of the way of your attack. Fredrickson! Ah, crap. Hold on. It's the wolf's turn first.
Okay.
Wolf continues to attack Harmonious. I realized I deleted by accident the wolf that had the initiative on it. Fredrickson!
Alright. Firebolt. Pew.
It's not yet dead, but its fur is completely singed off as well. And Jason will also firebolt and kills it.
Noise. Feel better after rereading the passage.
What?
Oh, Jason. He felt better after rereading the passage.
Yes he did.
Could I kill
Yay.
the 2 wolves that weren't burned to crisp?
I think there was only one wolf that wasn't burnt to a crisp. That's the one that kind of fell over. The 3 of them got burnt to a crisp by the spells of the wizards.
Alright.
So yeah, there's one body there in front of you that was not burnt.
When do you like
40.
to do level ups?
Long rest. Did you guys get enough experience points to level?
I mean,
Yep.
Yep.
We're 8 experience over.
Sweet. Congratulations, guys.
What are we at?
We should be at 308. I marked it up for you last time. You shouldn't be behind for anyone.
Cool.
Alright.
You. Sweet.
Alright, so now with the wolf's dead, night has fallen. Jason suggests that you just make camp here.
I agree.
Fredrickson's like, fair enough.
Sure.
Can I try to do survival on these wolves to see if there's anything edible left on them?
Sure. You make about 4 steaks out of the wolf that wasn't completely destroyed by the spells.
Let's have dinner.
Sound good?
Sweet.
Jason pulls out his spell book to look at it some more.
Fredrickson starts scribbling in his little spell notebook. Alright, let's see what I get for second level.
I just start telling very bad jokes.
So after what? Go ahead.
Are we rolling for
Yeah,
HP or
you're
take
getting,
average?
you can roll or take average. It's up to you.
Damn it.
That's lame.
What were you rolling for, Irenaeus?
That was just the hit points.
So you got 4 hit points?
I got 6 hit points. In total.
Alright.
Hey, I'm no longer so bad at athletics. +0 modifier instead of -1 now.
That's good to know.
Oh, cool. I will be right back.
Alrighty.
Yeah, let's see. Is there a spell I want to trade out? No, not really. I like my spells.
Does anybody have a good suggestion for an invocation? Else I'm probably
Eh,
just gonna take.
well, what did you take
Agonizing
to start with?
Blast.
I took Armor of Shadows because it's the best one to get if your dex is pretty high. Because it's like ups your dex by like 2, your AC by 2, which is great. I might take Devil's Sight because I don't have Dark Vision. But then again, it seems kind of like a waste.
Agonizing Blast.
I mean,
It
it
seems
depends
good.
entirely on what your deal with your patron would have included. What makes the most sense for them to impart with you?
That's a good point. I might
Did we
go
talk about who or what? Oh, that's right. You're the one that I actually confused the what the
The
snake
snake
one
thing.
was. I confused which name because the one that the one name we thought of was for a not unicorn but kind of similar looking to a unicorn but golden sort of creature.
It's something with a C, I think. I'm not
Yeah,
sure.
probably a coetal or something, however it's
Yeah.
pronounced.
Yeah.
Probably a bastardization of Quetzalcoatl or something like that, except it's good instead of evil.
You know what? I'm gonna go with Fiendish Trigger, so I get extra hit points, which is amazing. It's 3 false life, so like, why not?
Excellent.
Definitely at early levels, it's great. I can switch it out later if I don't like it.
I mean, what's your dex?
3.
3? And are you wearing leather studded?
Yeah, but I already took Shadow Armor of Shadows, so I get to.
Yes, but you get to pick your 2 at this level. You aren't technically locked in yet.
Yeah, I know. I can switch them later if I wanted to. It seems like a good idea to get extra health and get extra AC since I'm gonna be in the front line, probably. For now, at least.
So you already have studded leather armor, right?
Yeah.
I have just normal leather armor. I mean, I didn't bother with getting it because I was gonna get Armor of Shadows anyway. I mean, I get 8 invocations, and you guys are speaking about Agonizing Blast, but that only deals extra damage if I crit.
No.
Oh,
It deals extra damage if you hit.
oh, that's true.
You add your charisma to the damage.
Oh, yeah.
Mm.
Holy shit, Burn has a lot of HP.
Yeah. Then again, I mean, up until now, I haven't used it much. I might get it later, though.
What's that?
What is what?
Oh, I don't know. I missed what you guys were talking about. Uh, oh, right.
Yeah, I went with Fiendish Trigger because it probably also cuts down on the healing I need to do on myself.
Okay, let's try that.
Alright, now the journey to live for another 592 experience.
Oh, I have
What are you gonna get at level 3 then?
Lore Bard. My expertise and all that.
I think I'm gonna go. I think I'm going with the School of Transmutation. Just because it sounds interesting. Plus, then I can fuck with people.
You just need to go cut down a tree and get a whole bunch of wooden chips, and our money issue is solved.
Why?
It's true.
Because he can transmute the wood to silver, and it will stay for, what, like an hour? As long as we get
Yeah.
out of town, we're good.
Yeah, you'll end up developing a nasty reputation for... Never mind.
I
They
mean,
won't know
hey,
us.
they won't know
Meta
that
knowledge.
he. They won't know that we did it. As far as they know, it was just a cursed coin.
It's true. Oh, I'm supposed to-
Do we really want to fuck with our employment right now?
That's
we
like the
can't
whole
now.
reason
We're
for
in the middle of
bards.
the woods.
To mess with things is like the bard's biggest idea.
Actually, the term is to... Never mind.
What cool spell should I get?
Armor of Agathis.
That's true, but I already have 3 hit points. 3 temporary hit points all the time, if I want to. Because I have false life whenever the fuck I want to get it, so that's amazing. I will just do that every time I finish a fight. I mean, it's only first
What
level.
pact are you?
I'm Celestial Pact. It's in center of that. It's the only one that can heal, basically.
Yep.
So the one that's pretty much trying to be like a cleric but fails.
I mean,
A cleric without a god. A cleric that's instead just acknowledging a more powerful being than themselves, or a more powerful being than themselves who's taken notice of them and lending power.
if you don't want me to heal you, you should just say so, right? Cool. Well,
I don't force anyone to do anything.
Well, stop getting hit.
Well, I haven't been hit except for that one time.
Yeah. So let me know when you guys are ready to move on, or you should say ready to take shifts for watch as you sleep.
I'll probably take first again.
I'm pretty sure we still have the standard rotation. Healer boy first watch because he has a hard time seeing. Wizards, bard, then me.
Hi there.
And Brian, just so you know, don't even bother rolling for false life because it's at will. Just keep recasting it till you get the 4. Really, the strength of my pact is strongest now, kind of flavor. So you always have that 8 extra.
Yeah. I can take it.
No sweet cat. My cat's hearing me play with dice, so she's coming to investigate. Alright,
And
so...
I'm ready whenever. So
Okay. I thought somebody was still AFK, so I wasn't sure.
nope.
I'm here.
I'm here. I'm just putting hacks in, but shouldn't take too long. So we can start.
Okay. During the first watch, there's a soft rustling in the brush.
On whose?
On the first watch.
Oh, that's me. Do I need to make a perception check or something?
That's up to you.
I'll probably will, just in case. Probably I'm not gonna be good.
Yeah.
Yeah, I don't see shit.
Now you just hear a rustling, and then something seems to be moving off away. Nothing else interesting happens during your watch.
I'll say to the next guy who takes watch that I heard some rustling.
Second watch is clear. Third watch is clear. And nothing happens before you wake up.
Sweet.
You hear the chirping of birds up in the trees calling out the morning, and bits of sunlight filters down throughout the leaves.
I don't know about you guys, but I think we'll keep going down that path.
What's the weather like?
That's right, weather check. Sorry. It is currently sunny, at least as far as you can tell from between the trees. It's not raining. It doesn't.
So then I'll chill my armor because I don't like the heat.
Well, you are under tree cover at the moment, but it's not, it's not too cold, not too hot. Are you continuing east?
They said down the path.
Yeah.
All right. Yeah, it's slow going through the tangled roots. Everyone roll a... I'm going to go with athletics check.
Oh boy.
Could this not be acrobatics?
Yeah, some stumbling and some delay. And sometime in the afternoon... Sometime in the afternoon, you hear more rustling in the underbrush, though it sounds differently to you, Bron, than you heard the night before. Whatever this is, it's not the same thing. No, leave it alone, Lyra. Did you hear me?
Yeah.
I said you hear rustling as the afternoon approaches, although it sounds differently from what you heard on the night patrol. Something cutting through the woods nearby.
I'm gonna have Ted do a perception check.
Let's see. Ted sees a lone figure in one of those robes that you saw down the sewers, making their way through the woods. They seem a slightly bit lost.
But hey, one of those people that were in the sewers is cutting through the forest. He looks lost. I say that in a whisper.
I think we should go and capture and interrogate the dude. Probably. Because it's kind of a job. I don't know. What do you guys think?
I will run him down.
Alright, let's go. So be careful because it might be a trap. Just in case, you know.
How far away is this person?
Let's see. They're a bit to the south. Sorry, a bit to the east of your current position. Not in terms of squares, but just in terms of. Hold on. I'll move maps since the square right now is almost 2 days instead of 1. Hold on. Accidentally hit the wrong button on Roll20. Alright. So you basically hear the noise cutting through the woods off in this direction. And Ted, that's where you see the lone figure kind of looking around as if and partly looking at the ground, probably trying to find the path again.
Sorry, can you show me where it came from again?
They're off in this direction.
Well, I would suggest quietly going after him. Like, you know, they want to ambush him, but we gotta, you know, try to sneak up on him.
I'm gonna start heading that way stealthily.
We can see them currently, yes? Or can we just hear
No,
them?
you hear them. Ted saw them. Because Ted's that little, you know, fairy dragon or whatever. Pseudo dragon. Little tiny dragon. More dragon-y thingy.
Okay.
Well, Fredrickson's not very stealthy.
Yeah, Frederickson's making a lot of noise.
I'm gonna ask Ironius to carry me.
Is Ted still hovering over there, or is Ted on your shoulder?
He's on my head.
Okay. As soon as you stumble, the sound of movement to the brush stops for a moment, and then there's a soft utterance, although it's hard to make out what it was, and the sound of running feet going the opposite direction from you.
Well, he's running.
We run after.
Yes. I will pick up the pace.
And this will be part of an athletics check since you're running on uneven terrain.
I will catch up
So athletics.
eventually.
Run, you stumble and fall and face plant. Your nose is now bleeding.
Great.
And you lose 1 hit point for smashing your nose into the ground.
I will cast Phoenix Figure, so I don't lose any hit points. Yay.
Fredrickson, you trip a bit, but you don't quite fall. You're just kind of stumbling and losing sight of Erroneous and Valafar, who have gotten far ahead. However, Braun is slightly behind you with a bashed nose.
I'll have Ted follow them since he can fly. So.
Yeah, 1 second.
At any point, do I get within 30 feet?
Not yet. Hold on. Sorry. My cat decided to take a little trip around my thing, and it's getting me difficult to see my screen and make the appropriate rolls. You hear the sound of somebody stumbling up ahead, but you don't quite see him yet. Should you continue to run along?
Mm-hmm.
Yes. Shall I make sure I follow it?
Roll another athletics check.
Do you want me to rage so I can just follow this guy for a while?
If you rage, you might actually end up tripping because you're on uneven ground.
I have advantage on athletics at that point.
Alright.
Doesn't matter.
Sweet.
That's what I wanted. Okay. Let's see, Fredrickson, Braun, be kind of over here. Can you all hear my cat purring?
No.
No.
Alright.
Nope.
Another group could hear her purring like this because she's right now almost in front of the microphone. Alright, you come upon the cultist who is kind of stumbling along, kind of wearing red-fringed robes. He seems to be trying to get away from you as fast as possible, but not succeeding very well. At least not compared to Erroneous and Balfar, though. Erroneous, you're close enough to tackle him.
Let's do it.
can imagine Aurelius chasing him like SpongeBob did in most episodes of SpongeBob. I think it was when he was chasing a jellyfish. That was the blue one. Just the look of pure concentration on his face.
I was thinking more like the Juggernaut, but that'll work. Do you want another athletics to grab this guy?
Just use it, whatever grapple check you need to do. I think that's like a strength check.
Athletics.
Yeah, I guess athletics still works.
And it's contested by this guy's other athletics or acrobatics.
He slips out from your fingers and starts running along ahead as you grab empty air.
Well, at any point, was I within 30 feet?
Yeah, you're almost behind Erroneous.
Alright, then I would have wanted to cast Charm Person.
Alright. Yeah, imagine
Stop, friend.
that
I mean you no harm.
the cultist guy kind of like stops and just kind of stays put for a moment, looking very confused.
I mean you no harm, and I can promise you safety. Just, I want to ask you a couple questions. Come here.
He turns around, kind of looks at you, and still looks very confused. It's like, who are you guys?
We have the potential to become the best of friends if you can help us out. All we require is some information, and I'd be much happier if you were to oblige us and tell us what you know.
What kind of information?
Come over here and you'll be safe.
He's kind of like standing right in front of you right now.
Alright, I imagined he was running.
No, he'd stopped running and just, don't have a huge thing for it. Just works well on this page.
I'm going to attempt to get behind them as they're talking.
Sure.
My biggest question is, what are you and your group doing out here?
We were just checking on the ancient castle.
The ancient castle, you say?
Yes, the Red Rider has been spotted there recently.
Are red dragons spotted there?
No, the Red Rider. He said Red Rider.
Oh. Red Rider.
What can you tell us about this Red Rider?
He's been seen for hundreds of years. No one's really gotten too good of a look, but they say he knows a lot about dark magic.
Interesting.
Quiet.
Yeah.
Do
Would you be able
worship
to
the
lead
Red
us?
Rider?
Would you be able to lead us to this castle?
It's on the just keep going east along this ancient road. Kind of like looks down at the mostly overgrown slabs.
Oh
But it's
no,
still kind of
that
hard to
is
see.
very much the plan. However, the question was, can you lead us and hopefully have your companions stand down and not attack on sight? We're
Not sure.
very peaceful unless we're provoked.
Not sure if they're
We wanna
still
join
there. I'm not sure if they're still there. I think they were heading in a different direction. I got lost.
I'll look at the group. Do we have any other questions for this fine gentleman?
Yeah,
Maybe
you worship that Red Rider guy?
What did Fredrickson say? I think part of his question got knocked off.
I was just asking if we had any more questions.
No, Fredrickson. What did Fredrickson say? I'm not never able to hear him.
Oh, I asked if they worship this guy.
The cultist
Red Rider.
the cultist nods. He's been around for a long time.
You say he has been seen recently at this ancient castle?
Yes.
What
Different-
reason does he have to visit this castle?
There are some that believe that is his main base. That he's either there most of the time, or has been away for a while and has finally come back.
Okay.
What's up with all the skeleton raising? Like, what's your big plan here? What's the end game?
Brian, can you repeat that? I think I missed half of what you said.
What? Why are you raising skeletons? What's like your
The-
end
the-
game? Like,
The cultist kind of blinks at Bron for that. We're not raising skeletons.
all right. What are you guys doing then? Like, do you know what's up with like the things that have been happening here?
What sort of things?
Can you explain to me what this symbol means? And I pull out the symbol that I drew of the symbol in the sewers, because I wrote that down on a piece of paper.
He kind of looks at it and
Summoning circle.
it says, "Well, it's supposed to help contact the Red Rider to help learn some of his secrets."
Good to know. I think that's about everything you need to know, as far as I'm concerned.
So you say we just have to follow this old road?
The
Right.
guy nods.
You're gonna lead us. And if you successfully lead us there without going astray, you'll be free to leave as soon as we arrive.
It should take
Get a real
another.
life.
It should take another day or two. He says. The path to the woods is fairly hard to traverse.
So your buddies left you without a map.
Well, we all know this road, and, well, I kind of wandered off because I needed to use a tree, and then I couldn't find the road for a while.
Alright, so would you be able to lead us to your companions if that's what we choose to do?
As I said, I'm not sure which direction they went in. We were just supposed to regroup in a week or so down south.
Let's see.
Well,
What exactly is the name of your group?
We're just the followers of the Red Rider. And as to where, we're heading to the mountains.
Interesting, because we also need to head south, so I think we can help each other.
I want to go to the castle first.
I mean, we're still going to the castle. I'm just saying, you know, they could probably help us out. Or he could probably help us out.
Yeah, let's check out the castle first.
Alright. So you guys walk along for a while until nightfall. What will you do with the cultist at night, since the
I mean, after an hour, he's no longer... He wasn't compelled to tell us anything, technically. He was just charmed and saw me as a friend.
Yeah, he's a bit confused about seeing you as a friend, but apparently it was enough to, to drunkenly talk.
Kind of surprised he answered the party. I mean, I'm sure he'd wander off the moment the magic faded, or he'd attack. So
So what do you wish to do with him when that happens?
I have no plans. I promised his safety.
I'm not
Party?
going to hurt him.
If you run, I will there too.
What about when you
Yeah,
sleep?
let's see him do it.
To be honest, if you don't take care of him now, he will probably go tell the other people.
What about when you guys sleep?
I'm not to put a man on my word.
I have.
If I'm not mistaken, Ted doesn't need to sleep.
Alright.
So,
Can Ted be distracted in any way?
um,
I'm
I'm sure
trying to
he-
cover all the bases here.
I'm sure he
I mean,
could if he rolled a low enough perception.
Alright.
Or, feed him some meat.
I mean, once I'm sure the magic's gonna fade, we've gotten the information we need. I would have sent him on his way.
But what does the rest of the party want you to do? First answer, Ironus.
If he runs, I will hurt him.
Fredrickson.
I don't really care.
Ron.
Like the bard said, we got plenty of info.
How far are we away from a city?
Very far away. The closest one is the one you took several days travel to get from.
I don't know. I'll jump on the bandwagon of letting him go since we can't take him to jail right now. That would be the best option, but...
You know what? We'll address this cultist and seeing as this would have still been within the charm person time.
I'm gonna try.
You have not seen...
I'm
You have
going
not
to
seen us?
knowledge history for the Red Rider. I absolutely know nothing.
Belfar, what were you saying?
Wow.
I am but one of your childhood friends, and you just gave out some information, but you have not seen this group, you have not heard of this group, you have not spoken to us. It has been years since we have talked last, and you are free to go on your way. Do not tell anyone that you saw us. And if you can promise to do this within a an oath between me and my compatriots, I'll keep the big guy from hurting you. At least until you're out of eyesight.
Yep.
He agrees to that and starts to walk off.
Can I insight check him?
Sure.
Oh, he's super trustworthy.
He's gonna stab us in the back so hard, I already know it.
He's free to go. I promised him, and as long as he accepted.
I'm against murdering him, so it's the only option, really.
Come on, you guys don't want to be murder hobos?
I'm kind of surprised I didn't have to roll a persuasion check.
I'm kind of in a pact with the Celestial, so I can't be a murder hobo.
I mean, what's your alignment?
Neutral good.
I mean,
he's not a murder hobo.
If it benefits your pact.
Yeah, if I murdered some evil people, sure, but I can't murder like a person who hasn't punched yet.
I'm lawful neutral. If he ran, that's guilty. He dies.
Yeah, well,
Okay,
he didn't run. I sent him away.
Mm-hmm. Alright, let's take a look at this castle. Hopefully we don't get stabbed in the back while we're killing that. This is gonna end badly. I already know it.
He went off in the opposite direction of the castle, right?
Yep.
I'm pretty sure that's the first time I've ever seen a negative number in Roll20.
That is funny, though. He won a nat 1 and a nat 20 at the same time.
Huh. I mean, he did that before.
Twice!
Yeah.
That's great. I
Oh
love
boy! As it turns to night and you guys are getting ready to make camp, once again you're hearing rustling in the woods.
I'll guess I'll go investigate. Just because probably not good. I have a plan.
Do you wish to stealth?
Sure, why not? Let's stealth for security.
Ooh.
Very good.
Alright.
What's the pseudo dragon see?
I'm gonna be typing things out to people. Hold on.
Okay.
If it's then I'm probably near him. He got a scan. So the celestial people. I need to get used to this.
Those arrows are distracting me. Alright.
Did I not see him?
Oh shit!
Uh,
That's
Yeah.
not good.
yeah, Ironus, a lot of what's being cut off is by the trees.
Hmm.
I whisper to the party, like, as quietly as have we started a fire yet?
Jason looks up from his building of a fire pit. Not yet.
Then good, keep it that way. There's a
We're-
company of 4 drow, more than 100 feet to the south of us.
Yeah.
I don't know what you're talking about. I don't see nothing, and I have the best vision here. Right?
Yeah, well,
If they were here, I would see it.
I mean,
yeah, well,
I,
Ted here is
No,
better
there's
than you are.
there's a lot of trees in the way.
I
Ron
can
is-
see it, and I can't see in the dark.
Ron has stealthily made it back to your party.
I think we should be careful. To be honest, they seem pretty hardcore. To be honest, like they are like.
What do I know about the draft?
Roll a history check.
I'm also going to roll a history check.
Now, I'm assuming this is going to be a no, but I will ask anyway. Seeing as I married an elf and would have had to learn about elven culture, any chance at advantage on this?
No, and I'll tell you why. History, Anthony, considering your country of Emlaren, you know that drow, for the most part, wandering around like that are bad news. Drow, for the most part, are regarded in your civilization more of, usually have refugee status, and are often, you know how it is in our country right now, and, you know, in real life, how people of a certain look are, you know, looked down upon or thought to be terrorists, even though it's really somebody else, blah, blah, blah.
Yeah.
Basically, drow are the ones that are most associated with terrorism in your country, in Emlaren, in the same way, because there's been a long on and off war between Emlaren and the drow country somewhere deep underneath the world, somewhere in not the hollows, somewhere in the. I guess I'll just use the term Underdark, 'cause it's the easiest one to remember. But the Hollows is actually under the Underdark, or it's part of the Underdark, depending on how you want to look at it. But basically the area where the Drow live is between the surface and the Hollow, also known as the Underdark. A country of Drow is somewhere in the under area of this continent, and one of the ways they keep getting up is in the Kolar Mountains, which is to the south of Emlaren. In fact, there's an area of the Wildlands, I've been calling it, that cut off between the mountains and Emlaren proper, just to give it a buffer zone. But this is often where the battles take place.
Well, it
We
seems like
have to
most
do something. They're obviously going to do something wrong.
Yeah. And
Or they might not. Just
But
as long as
what
we
if they
don't bother
do?
them.
look,
They don't know we're here.
I'm speaking
Maybe
louder and
quiet.
louder now. But
What the hell
do
up?
something.
Hurt.
They could hurt people.
Yes,
He is being loud. That's
are
increasing the
bothered.
chances of the Drow hearing you.
I'm sure we could talk to them.
yeah. Look, let's just try talking to them.
But
See what they're about.
they're
Maybe
dark
they're not.
knight here.
Maybe they're not bad. You're a half orc. Not all orcs are bad. Not all orcs are
They're
bad.
drow.
Yeah,
Yes, and I'm a gnome. Nobody takes gnomes seriously.
yeah. You're a half orc. I would think you would understand.
Yes, but they're drow.
Yeah, but you're not everybody's bad. Look, he's a tiefling. Do you think all tieflings are great? Probably
We
not.
need to
great.
build a wall. They're drow.
To be fair, he doesn't like me either. And I'm pretty sure you don't.
In,
So-
in this particular world, on this continent, from your country, tieflings are much better respected than Drow.
I mean, let's just talk, and if they're bad, deal with it. If they're good, we'll just leave them be. You know, we were sent
But
here.
if they're evil, we need to take care of this. They are drow.
Cool. So
They can do
if they're
horrible
not evil,
things.
if they're not evil, that would be murder.
Yeah.
And even if they are evil, it's still murder.
So
Yeah,
we
it's
talk
just
about
justifiable
if
murder.
they're evil, we take care of it.
Look.
Yes, but
let's
maybe
just-
they're not evil. Maybe they're after the cultists just like we are.
Yeah.
Who saw the drow?
I saw the draw.
Ted,
Lead me to...
Pseudo Dragon.
Let's just do this. We'll go talk to them, and we'll see what they're doing. And if they're good, that's fine. If they're bad, we were sent here to protect this area and figure out what the hell was going on. We'll take care of it.
Or we could just stay here, keep quiet, and if they see us, then we can talk to them.
We can't do that. They could be super evil. They're drow.
But they don't have the element of surprise on us. We'll know they're coming.
All right.
They will never get us. We will do. I'm going that way. I already know.
Damn it.
I'm gonna try to put some fur around his mouth so he can't talk.
I feel
How-
too late for that.
How are you going to do that?
I'll just. I have like a big piece of wolf fur, and I'll just wrap it around his face and then like tie it in the back, and hope he won't start saying, "I'm gonna kill all the."
Oh, yeah. I'm like running towards the area where the drow were told, or where it was said the drow were.
I'm just making sure nothing bad happens.
Say
Alright.
he's probably gonna pay for this, but I'm fine. I've accepted.
Okay, roll a athletics check since you're definitely getting off the path here to the castle and once again getting onto routes. All right. Erroneous, Svelfar, Braun. All right, Fredrickson. Give me 1 second to arrange tokens, and I'll let you know what you see.
I'm sorry, guys. I'm a dumb, awful person.
Just to be fair, once I really started leaving, that's when I started following. Because I knew there's no way I was capable of stopping.
I'm just trying you to not. We'll see how this we'll see how this goes
I
down.
know where the drow are.
Yeah, I mean, I do too. I mean, to be honest, they're pretty heavily armored, so it might not be the friendliest bunch, but you know.
That's true.
It's better
But-
not to be murder hobos while we're in the third session. Third?
Pretty sure, though, the only two people that could talk to them are me and Valofar.
Let's see. I know Elven too.
Yeah, but I think they speak Undercommon, don't they?
That might be.
They
true.
also... What makes you think I speak Undercommon?
I figured since you're a tiefling, you spoke Undercommon.
No, I speak Infernal.
That's
speak
what I was
Elvish.
thinking of. Oh, I speak Undercommon.
I mean, maybe.
Yeah, you speak Infernal. You'd have been very useful in the Horde of the Rise of Tiamat game I was playing in on Tuesday. We found a scrap of paper with Infernal writing on it, and nobody could read it.
Yeah,
Oh well.
that's
sucks
why
for
you
them.
need- That's why you need to get comprehend languages.
Yeah, my bard found it. It was fun.
Yeah.
Anyway, you come across the drow, which are now stopped and waiting for you since they heard you coming. You see 3 capable warriors kind of ranged around a center one. The one in the middle wearing robes and appears to be versed in magic or perhaps as a cleric is definitely a female. It's harder to tell with the other 3. She's kind of glaring at you. Which of your group wishes to speak to them?
Me? I definitely have my hands up. Currently, like, no grip on my weapons, and in Elvish, because it's about the closest I got to asking. I just asked them if they're friend or foe to start with.
The one in the middle just kind of glares over at you. And how would I know if you were a friend? She demands.
Because if we weren't...
Let's put it this way. Do you mean us ill will if we were to camp out for the night? Would we be safe without any kind of outside interference from at least this portion of your group?
She kind of looks around at her companions and chuckles a bit. What? You come down and interrogate us simply to ask that?
Just asking. I am just asking, and hopefully this could be the start of a beautiful partnership. And I just give the biggest, cheesiest smile.
And what kind of partnership would one such as yourself desire?
I whisper, maybe they can give us some information, like ask some shit. I don't know.
A partnership. It's not going to be so much about what is going to help me, because I know that doesn't interest you. What could we do to help you?
She smiles a bit and looks over your group. That's a thought. A lot of interesting things. For example, what do you have on your possession?
I don't like where this conversation is going.
Now, we might have, may or may not have, various things. I am not about to tell you everything I have and point out to where it is. What can we do to help you? What action can we do to prove that we mean you no harm?
Well, you should not have come up and approached us in the first place. That is a rather aggressive move, now isn't it?
Actually, I was stopping this one and I'm pointing at Ironus. That was my main intent, to keep him from getting us all into trouble.
I'm trying to pull the wolf fur off my head.
What, this beast?
Yeah.
Are they speaking in common or just...
They're speaking in Elvish, so only the people who understand Elvish can understand them.
I'm pulling the wolf pelt off and I'm yelling, "This is the surface!" in Orcish.
Yes, this beast. He's not the brightest.
Then perhaps you should have called him before now. Or at least kept him on a chain.
Yeah, do you see these muscles? And then I point it from his to mine. The mathematics here don't work out.
Keep your pet under control.
Very well. We mean you no harm, you mean us no harm? I look and I just squint my eyes just a little bit, seeing if I could read the situation, if they mean us harm or not.
You have to roll insight.
I'm gonna roll insight too. Just for shits and giggles.
Do you speak Elvish?
I'll join in as well.
But I'm just gonna go based off of her facial expressions.
I'm joining in with the hot 18.
You can tell that she probably wants to hurt at least one of you. Hint, hint. And that her companions are now turning around and speaking to her in Undercommon. Do any of you speak Undercommon?
I sure do.
No, but I really am regretting not taking comprehend languages now.
Uh-huh.
I knew picking Undercommon was gonna be a good idea.
Yeah.
Did you seriously pick Undercommon?
Yeah, seriously, I picked Undercommon.
Okay. Then I will whisper to you what they're saying.
Glenn has Primordial as a language, which nobody ever uses. I have 3 characters who have Primordial. It's never come up yet.
Any character that I have that already has the basic languages that I know I'll need, Primordial's always one of the first they pick up.
I mean, it's a cool language, but it's probably never gonna get used.
Kidding? I had an entire campaign where Primordial was the biggest thing and only 2 people in the party had it.
What? Isn't that like...
If you do a plane chase one, it's huge.
Oh yeah, the plane... Yeah, but I haven't played that one. I'm playing Tomb of Annihilation and Curse of Proud, which probably
Yeah, you'll
isn't gonna...
never need it.
Yeah,
The funny part about that is they both took, I think it was Aquan, and yeah, they didn't fare too well in the City of Fire, City of Brass specifically.
I mean, don't all primordials...
You can-
Fredrickson, roll your perception.
Oh,
Okay, I'll roll mine and
No, just yours.
oh, well.
oh shit.
Because this is about how much you hear. Because you're behind some people and they're whispering.
Well, I also, like I said, I have Tommy. He's on my head, and him and I are linked mentally.
We're gonna get...
There's also a yelling half-orc making racist comments.
Yeah, so I'm basically deciding which of these comments be what you hear and what you don't hear.
Yeah.
I'll just have my hand on my daggers, just in case.
Well, back to the thing with Primordial, there are the different dialects with it, but
Yeah.
think about it like this. You got your water dialect and you got fire.
Mhm.
Direct opposites are not going to like each other. They're not going to take kindly to someone speaking the other's language in their turf.
That's true, but you know.
Yeah.
It's
Think about it like a gang war.
yeah. I have the feeling they're probably gonna stab us here. Pretty sure.
I mean, I have every reason to trust them, so Valifar would have started walking back already.
Alright, there we go. That's pretty much what Fred was able to make out from Undercommon with all of the yelling going on in the background. Basically, we missed part of the conversation because of Erroneous yelling in Orcish.
I'm gonna take my quarterstaff. I'm gonna slap Ironius on the gut.
Oh, that's
Because-
such a good idea. That is such a good idea. Provoke the beast.
We're so fucked.
And I'm gonna
I'm
look at
yelling
Ironius.
they attacked.
I look at I poke him in the gut. I go, Ironius, look at me.
They're attacking!
Ironius, shut the hell up,
They're attacking!
please, Ironius.
I'm getting in front of
Please shut up.
Bran, and I'm pulling out my shield. They're attacking
Yeah,
us.
Ironius, stay right there, okay? Just stay right there. Don't let them get past you. I will go up to them and talk to them.
Then they'll attack you! I can't let you do
That's
that.
fine. That's fine.
Erroneous,
Walk up to their-
roll a perception check.
Yeah.
Alright, Fredrickson, what would you like to say to them? And in what language?
Well, I'm gonna speak to them in Undercommon because I can't speak Elvish. So I'm gonna ask them, what do you want to use this for? In Undercommon.
The drow actually kind of all look at you, and you see one of them kind of readying a crossbow as if waiting for you to attack.
I'm just gonna stand there with my hands behind my back
Yeah.
and 10 on my head.
I'm gonna hold my action to Eldritch Blast, the one on the right, if any hostility starts, if fighting breaks out, basically.
Alright. The one in the middle, the woman in kind of roby things, is kind of glaring at Fredrickson now. What? Listening in on private conversations now, she says in Undercommon.
If it was such a private conversation, you shouldn't assume that the people you're speaking to don't speak your language.
What would a little thing like you know of our language?
Know enough to be able to speak to you about in it.
Be
I'm
gone,
a very well versed individual, madam.
be gone with you, gnome. Before we make
I'm
you
gonna
use your
yell
soup.
out. They're surrounding us and point to the east.
It's just ignore him. He's stupid.
Guys, they're gonna kill us!
You said that
They
you might
came
need our
up.
help.
This is the surface. They're supposed to be here.
I'm gonna start giving Ironius a back massage just to calm him down.
I'm freaking out. I'm running towards the east.
Drow, holding the crossbow, decides to take a step away from Erroneous as he charges past her.
That's a very wise decision, ma'am. Anywho,
Just start walking away.
sounds like you need our help with something, and I'm willing to help. But I just have a request.
We don't need your help, though. You're currently in the way.
In the way how? Are you looking for the people that were at that castle?
She kind of, looks a bit towards the east for a moment, then looks back at you. Castle, you say? There's no real castle out here, just some old ruins.
Well, apparently that's where the Red Rider is supposedly supposed to be at, so... There's a group of cultists that were hanging out there that aren't there anymore.
Ah, cultists. That's what the problem with your people have. Cultists.
You're
They can't agree
absolutely correct.
on anything.
You're
Like-
absolutely correct. That is a very big problem with my people.
Now, depart.
However, unlike them...
She
sorry?
kind of holds up a hand and says, now depart before we have to skin you.
Alright, I just have... Like I said, I only have one request. Would you mind hearing me out?
I will listen, but if I do not like it... She kind of looks over at the two heavily armed guys next to her.
Oh, yeah, that's fine. Just leave it. We just want to be left alone. The only reason why we came here is, one, to chase down the idiot that ran away. And two, because they thought it'd be wise to approach you. I knew differently, but, So we just want to make camp for the night and then, leave in the morning for our destination.
So what do you guys wish to do now? Because the rest of you don't understand what the hell they're talking about. And Aronia seems to be distracted by something he's seeing off to the east and running that way.
I guess I'm gonna go to Ironius, but keep a bit behind so I don't leave Fredrickson alone with Fort Drow. Just cause it's probably the best thing to do.
I'm going to light the campfire that Jason was starting to get ready but never officially lit. Then I'm going to make, just because, I'm going to make the flames purple.
Okay.
And, I'm going to start getting ready for bed. I'll warn Jason, be on high alert. There were drow. Apparently they don't mean us harm as long as we don't provoke them. But just be on watch.
Jason kind of looks over at Valfire. Drow? What are drow doing here?
I don't know, but I really don't care.
This isn't good. Drow haven't been seen in this region in a few thousand years.
Yeah, well, I'm sure if they have something planned, we'll find out.
Oh no, that's okay, Aranius.
Okay, just making sure.
Anywho, yeah, so my request for them is just to allow us a night of peace, and we won't bother them.
And she's kind of responding with the comment of, you're already bothering me. Go away.
Alright. However, if you do need our help, just let us know. And he turns and leaves.
So the two heavily armored ones, you said they were male?
They're definitely male, yeah. The one with the crossbow, she's got some armor as well, but the one wielding a crossbow appears to be a woman.
I'm going right towards those lights.
and the drow depart from the area. The lights kind of continue on for a while, and you become lost in the woods. Ron, did you take your eyes off of him?
No, I would have followed probably.
All right,
I would
so
have tried to stop him, to be honest, but
Bron, you kind of see, you kind of see bits of light in the distance as well, but you can't quite make out what it is. It's definitely not torchlight. It just seems to be lights flickering, and after another couple 100 feet away, very far away from the party, the lights seem to have just vanished.
my friend, I think we're fine. Do you know where we came from?
I know they're out to get us, man.
That's not what I asked, but sure.
Can I roll survival to know where I am relative
Yes.
to the fire?
You get the impression that that's kind of a bit east and north of you.
I think it's that way, but they're out to get us, man.
Just calm down. I know we can take them if we need to. So just calm down. Alright? It's gonna be fine. Don't worry about it. If they become a problem, we'll just... and they're gone. Easy as fine.
Alright, I'll let Brian settle Heronius down and then head back to the fire with him. That was fun.
Well, you guys did manage to defuse the situation.
Sorry, what did I miss?
Ironius and Bron got lost for a bit, but
Okay.
eventually they found the fire again.
I was so expecting them to attack the moment I left.
They were considering it, but
I think I gave him some food today, but if you can get some stuff, so that'd be cool. I'm pretty
Oh
sure.
god.
Speaking of food, you guys will need to finish off a ration.
Probably breakfast.
Could I find some time to work on some more leather?
Sure.
I'm stocking up on toast and I can't make letters.
First, just gonna say to find a rock,
Alright.
and
Just
then you
because-
have to attempt. I'm sorry. Go ahead.
No, go ahead. You were talking first.
Oh, I'm just gonna turn it into. I'm gonna attempt to turn it into. I'm gonna turn it into silver. I think I have to spend like 10 minutes just concentrating to transform it into silver.
Alright.
So, just sitting there with a rock in my hand and a pipe in my other hand, just staring at it.
And I'm just going to be telling knock-knock jokes, because I still need to solidify that spell.
Knock knock. Rough. Rough who? Rough.
So you're gonna change up the sleep order at all?
Probably not.
Nope. Purple
Alright.
fire, man. I'm kind of surprised no one's asked about the purple fire.
For the day's events and, managing to talk your ways out of situations and using other skills, the party is awarded 50 XP.
Yay.
Why do I have a feeling that's about how much that encounter with the drow was worth?
I would have thought that would have been more.
Eh.
Then again, I don't know how hard drow are to beat.
Okay. So the rest of the evening passes without anything harming you. You each eat a ration, and now it is time to move on.
Alright, well, guess we'll continue east. Down the path to
Roll
the
an athletics check. Let's just see how fast you guys move through the day as a group.
Sweet!
Ah. So, you guys managed to, helping Valthar along, I imagine. As a group, stick to the path and actually make your way to the castle. Which I shall now put on the map for you.
That'd be cool.
Let's see, right there. Alright. So, once again, you arrive at another one of those ancient crumbling walls that's pretty much just bits of stone here and there. But unlike the previous place, which you didn't find any intact structures, the majority of a castle lays there in front of you. It has great big, doors out in, kind of like hanging there in front. There appears to be 2 intact wings going up, and one of them has a lot of window spaces. The windows from the are intact. That would be in the, if you're facing it, it's kind of up to your right. What do you guys do?
Does anyone have a candle
I
or
will,
anything?
I will put.
I have 10 torches because the Explorer pack is ridiculous.
Yeah, I will just light. I will just cast light on my dagger.
I
Okay.
have dark vision, so...
Well, yeah, but that's more
We'll see.
because we can't see anything.
Well, yeah, that's because I haven't put your tokens out yet.
I say we go towards the tower.
Well, okay. Are you going to go into the castle, or are you going to try and find some way of scaling walls here?
Let's go... Yeah, let's go through the front door. But we should probably check for traps.
All right. You're standing at the front door. It looks very old, very weather-beaten. However, it's still wood and still intact. Kind of like blocking the passage inside. Is somebody going to roll a search for traps?
Sure. Who has the highest modifier?
Probably not me.
That's investigation, right?
Yes.
Yep.
But I can go in front because I now have advantage versus traps.
I mean, I'll search if someone wants to help me look for him.
I was actually going to do a...
I mean,
I was
I
going to
can
look for
help.
magical traps.
All right.
Sure, I'll help out with looking for traps. Why not?
Alright, so that gives me advantage on the roll?
Yes.
Good luck.
All right. You check the door. It seems that there's nothing attached to it anywhere. It basically looks like whoever was last here, maybe if there was anything armed here at one point, they failed to rearm it. But you're not finding any evidence of a trap ever having been placed at the door. It's just a regular wooden door with all sorts of metal fittings.
Is it locked?
No.
I will open the door.
All right. For safety's sake, I'm just going to drop all your tokens into the front room. This is easiest for me.
Okay.
All right. Let's Since Belfar is opening the door, put Belfar out first. And then probably Erroneous. And Fredrickson. And Braun. There we go. You find yourselves in a large entry hall
Up there.
filled with dust that's covering the floors, along with broken bits of weaponry. Ancient and moldy pieces of tapestry also spread about, and there's the remains of a throne, mostly cracked. There
Is
appears
the
to be...
tapestry readable?
Can I finish the description, please? There are 2 sets of stairs, one to the south and one to the east, and there are 2 doors, both in the north wall. As for the tapestries, there's just bits and pieces of scattered tapestry around. They're covered in mold. They're very difficult to make out any details of.
Alright. So, dorsal stairs.
Yeah, there are 2 stairs, and there are also 2 doors. That's what the little, you see the little black lines? Yeah, those are door indicators. I basically just did a hand-drawn map, and then I just figured, you know what, I wonder if I could just drop in these little backgrounds after that, just to make it look nicer.
My vote is on opening a door, probably.
That would work, but my thing is always like going through things that aren't closed already. So I want this.
I mean, sure, why not?
So, what would you guys like to do?
Either way, I'm up in this area. It's either going to be this door or the stairs.
Let's just check out the down floors so that we don't get trapped upstairs with something behind us.
That's fair.
Okay. Through the door.
Alright. The door opens onto a small cold corridor. Stupid thing won't move properly. There we go. With only another door at the other end. There are sections in the wall that look like they would fit torch sconces. Oh, speaking of which, who need a light on themselves again? I'm sorry.
Bran
Alright.
has light, but it's magical light, so it doesn't get affected by much.
Alright, there we go. That should help. Basically, it looks like there's places for torches along the walls here, inside this corridor, but none are to be found. The floor is just as dusty as the throne room, well, the main hall. Oops, that's filters. And
After you, Herodias.
another door at the end.
I'll go through it.
Yep. Dynamic lighting. Yeah. Alright. What you see here is what appears to be the remains of a dining hall. Rather old. Smells like, must and dust. No, it doesn't look like anyone's been here for a long time, or at least not people. There's a long table that was cracked in half. There's more moldy pieces of tapestry all scattered about. Broken chairs, nothing intact. But there doesn't appear to be any bodies in here, at least. There's another door leading over here.
Let's go through.
Alright, and Ironius, stop, Bron, stop. Fredrickson, stop. You're going to have to move back. Ah! Well, Valfar can move there since you probably would have been there anyway. But you're about to run into initiative, so... As soon as Valfar opens the door, several swarms of rats come swarming out at him.
Oh.
I was just rolling to find out how many. So yeah, you're basically looking in on the remains of an ancient kitchen, and that's when the rats just kind of swarm up around you. Hold on. Stupid door. Come here, door. There we go. Now everyone can see. And now it's time for me to roll initiative. Yay!
Yay!
And finally, Jason. There we go. And Valfar. You heard Aronius kicking up another door, and you heard massive amounts of squeaking as soon as he did.
Of course.
And I guess it's fire, light, crossbow, at it, and miss.
Yeah, your crossbow is now jammed from the attempt. The bolt is like kind of crumpled in there. It'll take an action to clear it. Aronius, there's all these rat swarms that are now eyeing you like as food.
I'll attack blue.
And that takes 3 damage. Did you crush part of a rat? Swarm of rats, green, flows around and immediately goes biting at you. And misses. Bran!
I will move up. Can I hit the rats from here?
Yes.
Alright, I will green flame blade, blue, and then into the one below it, because I can't see the color.
Alright. That's a hit. You hear squealing and you detect the odor of burning hair again.
Alright, that's my turn.
Swarm of rats. Swarm of rats comes flowing around the door and immediately goes for you, Bron. And misses, I think. Jason comes up, sees the swarms of rats, and immediately does firebolt on the one that's on Bron. So Bron, there's no a rat that's been burnt to the crisp, kind of tumbles down into your shirt.
Oh shit. I know, I don't like that.
Fredrickson!
Alright, I'm gonna attack green there on the other side by Rodius.
That's a hit.
Sweet. Chew.
A swarm of squeaking rats comes flooding towards Aronius. Ooh, I think that actually hit him. They're like digging their sharp little teeth into your ankles.
Ow.
One of them has found its way into your boot and is chewing on your toes. Second rat swarm. Another rat swarm attacks you as well.
I'm pretty sure that actually... No, that doesn't quite kill me. But I do go down.
Yeah, but you get back up to 1, which is
I
nice.
can do the relentless endurance and just stay at 1.
Uh-huh.
Yeah.
Ow.
They hurt.
Not far.
I'm scared.
Let's do Dystonia Whispers on Red. I think it's Red. Red, yeah.
Alright.
Jesus.
Which one did you attack?
Red.
Red, okay.
And, let's see. Ability check, attack roll, saving throw. Nope, doesn't help. So, I'm going to make a strategic retreat back into the hallway. That's my turn.
Erroneous. You're bleeding profusely and there's rats all over you ready to turn you into a skeleton.
Still gonna flail at it. Still going at blue.
Alright. You know you injured a little bit of a rat. Can't tell by how much though. And then green swarms over you. And misses. Run! You have a swarm of rats climbing all over you.
Oh, this is hard. I will bonus action Healing Light for 3d6 on Ironius.
Alright.
So you heal, what's that, 11 hit points?
Yep.
And I will use my action to hit the one to green flame blades, the red one, and then onto the next one. That misses, I think. Probably right.
Yeah, it misses. Swarm of rats. Swarm of rats attempts to strike out at Aronius. Misses. Jason, once again, firebolts the one that's on Bron. Only manages to do 1 damage this time. Fredrickson.
I'm going to... If I move, would they get attack of opportunity on me?
If you move
Or are
away
they
from them,
too
yes.
busy- Okay.
Because there's enough of them, some of them would still bite at you.
Yeah. So I will firebolt red. That misses.
Miss. This one attacks Aronius.
Nope.
Next one. Next one turns and swarms at Bron. Miss. Velifar.
Let's peek back up. Let's make fun of Red. And then let's back out.
Some of the rats get very agitated
And,
on Red and run away.
Yep. Let's I guess while I was up there, let's just play a little ditty on my flute, and I'll inspire Bran. Or, no, make it Ironius.
Yeah, Arrhenius needs it more. Arrhenius! You now have bardic inspiration. What would you do?
Rage and smash.
Chris is pissed he's being sworn by rats.
Being chewed on, he's probably missing a toe.
Rats.
Which one?
Still going at blue.
Alright.
I don't attack things on my friends.
You managed to crush another one that was a part of that swarm. Green swarm attacks you now. And misses! Run!
I will bonus action Hex on the red one. And then I will try to stab
What does
them
Hex
with-
do?
It gives them... Wait, I'll put it up. So it's,
Okay.
so it's the same as Thundersmart, but they also get disadvantage. Or there's something with checks to do. If they
Alright.
make an ability check, they get disadvantage. And I will do the green flame blade dagger thing.
Alright.
Does that hit? Probably
Yes, it
not.
does. 10 hits.
So you would have to choose an ability. So strength, dex, and wisdom.
Yeah, so I'll say strength. Sure, why not?
The rat... Let's see, actually. You didn't say anything about being hexed. This, can't do this, and this, but hex is not one of them. So that does indeed kill that swarm.
And then green flame blade onto the one who is
Blue.
So he takes 3 damage.
Alright. And Jason will then firebolt that one. And miss. Fredrickson!
Alright. I'm gonna go ahead and... I'll firebolt blue. Achoo! Oh.
Kind of just get sparks on your fingers. No spell issued forth.
Damn it.
Jason shakes his head sadly for you. Swarm of rats goes after Arrhenius. Miss. Swarm of rats. Goes after Arrhenius. Miss.
I'm gonna spend
Belifar.
my action to repair my crossbow.
Alright. Arrhenius.
Blue.
Alright. You hear the massive amounts of squeaking as the majority of the rat pile has now been killed. There's still enough to constitute a swarm, though. And the green swarm goes after you. Misses. Run!
I will move over here and I will green flame blade orange, and then the damage from green flame blade goes into blue. So
Miss.
dagger that misses. Alright, and I will move my hex to orange as a bonus action.
Okay. Jason. Jason moves a bit forward and casts Firebolt on orange. 1 damage.
Awesome.
Well. Fredrickson.
I will also firebolt
Which one?
blue.
And the rest of blue has been turned into crispy critters. All collapsed onto the ground.
As
So
he does
rats.
it, he laughs like a maniac.
Can you do the laugh?
Oh yeah. Oh, now? No. Now with my voice fucked up the way it
I'm
is
sorry.
right now.
Orange goes after Arrhenius then. And misses. Belfar, with your repaired crossbow, what shall you do?
I'm gonna put the crossbow back where it belongs, and I'm gonna step forward and make fun of Orange, and then
You were standing on top of Jason when you were doing that.
squeezing.
He kicks Jason on the ground. He's like, "Get out of the way! Your
Okay.
mother is a whore."
I mean, as long as I can just peek my head through the doorway and just, I think it doesn't really make too big of a difference.
Orange does not appear to have heard you. Herodias!
Your mother's a hamster.
It's not necessarily a bad thing. Against which?
Green.
Alright. You managed to dislodge another rat from the swarm of rats and send it flying across the room, pulverized.
I want to do crit damage so bad. No, it's so close.
And Orange the green pile responds by swarming around you again. Bite, chew, chew, bite, bite, bite. They can feel little nips along your cheeks. Another one has gotten into a boot and is chewing on toes. Bran!
I'll move in here to threaten both the green and the orange one, and I will try to hit the orange one again with my dagger.
Hit! You okay over there?
Yeah,
And
I'm good.
flame blade onto the green one.
Is your green flame blade done correctly? Because you just keep doing 3 damage.
Yeah, it's only until 5th level. It's only 3 damage to the second target.
Okay.
It's equal to my spellcasting modifier. So
Firebolt! Miss! Fredrickson!
I'm gonna go ahead and firebolt Orange. Because that's the only one I can actually see from what I can tell.
Well, the green one's currently swarmed around Aronius.
Yeah. So, pew, Orange.
Orange turns and goes for Bron. Yeah, apparently misses him.
Ow.
Belfire!
God.
I'll push past Jason because why not?
It's like an anime, he
One
busts
too
down
far.
the door, falls on top of Jason. He
And
steps on the door.
I
The door was
can't
a mimic
see.
all along, it's attacking you! No, never mind.
It's
Can't
on
see
me.
green, so there we
Yeah,
go.
green's on
Let's
Aronius.
do orange.
Vicious smackery!
You're a gerbil.
Ooh. You feel more frenzied feet on your face, Aronius.
Oh, that was on orange, not green, because
Oh.
I don't think he'd be able to see him.
Alright.
Your mother was a hamster. Your father smells of elderberries.
Aronius, green is currently on you. I don't think you can actually hit it with a flail.
Can I move away from it?
No, they're on you. I said they're biting your cheeks. They're biting your toes. There's like, one in your boot biting on your toes at the moment. Another one is nipping at your cheek. And they're kind of like swarming around your clothing.
I'm just gonna attack him with my shield then.
Just gonna go start ramming them in the wall. Okay.
Yep.
Cast ball.
Nice.
Pure strength right there.
And you toss it.
If
You
that
toss
had
it.
been that 20,
Yeah. And you end up tossing a few more off of you, and their bodies kind of like collapse to the ground. And they continue. The ones remaining continue to bite you and miss. Bron.
Same thing as trying to stab those motherfucking rats.
Ooh, that hits.
Hacks and bloody.
Now there's only like about 2 or 3 rats kind of swarming around your Ironus. It looks like they're almost got taken care of. Jason will do Firebolt on Orange. And miss. He's looking at his fingers in despair.
Alright, Fergus is also going to Firebolt Orange. Kind of like winds up his hand
And they
shoots the Firebolt.
And they practically evaporate. The remaining thing of them is just laying in a pile of ash in front of Braun. Belfar.
Well, I think everything's done, so I'm gonna just pass my turn because Valfar doesn't think there's anything else.
Glorious, there's only a couple more rats on you. And you managed to knock yourself into a wall.
I'm gonna use my inspiration. What's your die?
Alright.
It's a d6, but it's still a natural. It wouldn't matter.
That's
Yeah.
true.
Still using
Wait,
it.
he's raging. Does he have advantage?
Only on ability checks.
If you
But
were
it
to
was
make it a
also on
reckless
attacks.
attack.
Oh, that's right, Reckless, I forgot. Yeah, basically, the Bardic Inspiration just kept you from taking damage from ramming into a wall. Storm of Rats continues to attempt to bite you. And miss. They're just scrambling across your armor. Run!
I'll just Radiant Flame because I don't want to hit him.
Okay. And they're fine. Jason. Jason comes over, pulls out a dagger, and attempts to slice at the remaining rats. He manages to stick all 3 remaining rats and clears them off of Arrhenius. Whew! That was a close one. Are you okay?
Pure anger fuels me.
He's good.
I'm still at 9 out of 22.
You want some healing, bud?
I want to sit down.
Oh, there's a table in there. You can go sit on the table.
I mean, you want to take a short rest?
Yeah, let's take a short rest.
I mean, if we're gonna take a short rest, I'm just gonna cast Cure Wounds on you.
Ah, yes. Healing from a warlock.
I'll get them back anyway.
Yeah.
So that's his die you need to spend because we're probably gonna need them later on anyway.
Well, with that, I don't even have to really roll because you still get your constitutional modifier, and that'll put me at 22.
In this room, you see the tarnished... sorry. The tarnished remains of some ancient plumbing. You see the remains of a sink. You see what was likely a really nice iron stove at one point. Cutting spaces, although of course any food that used to be here, probably the rats ate long ago, and you know, just things keep populating in here. The rats keep coming back in. But you have disrupted that cycle by killing the rats.
Sweet. Love it. Alright. Well, because we're just going to hang out here for, I don't know, hour, whatever. In the meantime, I'm going to investigate this ancient plumbing.
Yeah, yeah, the various pipes look like, you know, it's really old construction, a long time ago, like sort of thing you wouldn't see at all in Umlarn anymore, because Umlarn has, you know, all, you know, good techniques, using plastic, not plastic rather than metal, especially not things like lead and copper and all that. for moving water
Yeah.
around. Sorry, I keep yawning.
That's
So the pipes are like, long, dry, and it's hard to tell what fed into them, whether there was an actual, water system or if this was simply connected to a cistern somewhere on the roof.
awesome.
So what would you guys like to do?
Is there anything else?
I'm gonna wait for Ironius to finish resting.
Yeah. And if when we're done with that, we'll probably go check out the other room, probably. Right?
The one to the
There's
south.
still another door in here.
I mean, is there a door here? I mean, my
Yeah. I'd go in it.
I think you learned your lesson by not going through doors that haven't been opened yet.
I'm the one that goes through them. I'd rather it be me than, like, Freddy.
Yeah. Alright. It's another one of those really short corridors, like 2 wall sconces that are empty, and another door. And that door just leads you back into the main room.
Shall we go upstairs now?
Sounds good.
But which upstairs, Jason asks.
These, they're closer.
Alright. There you go. You head into the upstairs corridor. Empty wall sconces again, and various doors to the north and south, all along the corridor. But the largest set of doors, Ironius, you can see, is over here.
Let's try this one real quick.
Alright.
It looks like a room, guys.
You find yourselves in a nicely appointed, well, was probably a nicely appointed guest room once upon a time. It is now long abandoned. There's the skeletal remains of a bed that's kind of sitting there. Just framed out in metal. All of the wood, all of the fabric long rotted away. The remains of a fireplace. It's hard to tell what else was used to be in this room.
Neat. I'll come to the next set of doors down here.
Alright.
And I'll go in.
And it looks pretty much the same as the previous room. It's unclear whether or not these rooms were identical back when they were being used, but for now they appear to be the same room, basically.
It's the same, guys. Are there 2 doors up here?
Yep.
I'll go in the closer one. Is there anything in that one?
Nope. And nothing in this one either.
Okay. Just doing a sweep. He is a police officer now. I'll open the door. The big door.
Yeah, this door catches a bit. It seems to be either locked or stuck.
I will try to do athletics to just push it open.
Alright. Give me 1 second.
It's stuck. What's the door made out of?
A perception of the it's a wooden. It's old wood, but it seems like maybe it was, reinforced at some point magically, and it's just even after all this time, it's still functioning as a door instead of getting ready to fall apart. What is the pseudo dragon searching for? I'm sorry. Fredrickson? Hello?
Whoops, sorry. Didn't realize it's muted. He's just looking for anything that, if he can hear or smell anything.
Fredrickson hears something from the other side of the door. Almost as if, like, a bit of a rattling noise.
Huh. You said, I'm gonna do... I'm gonna use my Tinker kit to see if I can get the door open.
Alright.
Do you want it to be intelligence or dexterity?
Dexterity. Alright, you tinker around with the hinges a bit, and you manage to loosen it up. And the door swings open. 4 skeletons turn towards you. Oops. Crap. I put them on the wrong layer, didn't I?
Yes.
Yeah. How did that happen? Because I was on the dynamic lighting layer at that point. But 4 skeletons turn towards you.
Oh, hello. Sorry, didn't mean to intrude.
Going real fast there, guys.
Holy shit.
Please tell me Jason rolls a 6. Damn it.
Oh, God.
We would have had all the way down from 4 to 9.
That would have been funny.
That's what I was counting on.
Jason kind of looks in at the door and goes and firebolts the skeleton number 2 over here.
Nice.
Yeah, that would have been nicer if he did more damage. He only did 1 point of damage.
Damn.
Skeleton.
His damage roll's been terrible today.
You hear a lot of rattling as the skeleton comes forward, wielding a short sword at Ironius.
Come at me.
And then a second one, also wielding a short sword. And then a third. Alright, this one is holding a short bow and fires out at Fredrickson.
Ah, dick. Oh, okay. Oh, he misses anyways.
This one also has a short bow and fires out at Braun.
That gets rid of my extra hit points.
Ironius.
Time to clobber. At 1.
Okay. Yay, bludgeoning weapons. Valfar.
How big's that doorway?
It's big enough for two of you.
Got it. So, not something that would help. In that case, skeletons can't hear, so let's just shoot at it with my crossbow.
Which one?
The
Never
one
mind.
that's already been damaged.
Fredrickson!
I am gonna go ahead and
You take... Oh, that's Valfar. Never mind.
here we go. I'm gonna move back one step here,
Alright.
and then to firebolt number 3.
Alright.
Pew.
The firebolt goes past it goes right through its ribs and out the other side without touching it.
Damn it.
Run!
I will move up here and I will try to let's see. Let's try to hit it with my quarterstaff, I guess. Switch it up.
Alright. And that's bludgeoning damage, and it's dead. Or it kind of collapses into a pile of bones with a short sword in the mix. Jason will do firebolt on 2. He stares at his fingers in wonder as the spell fails to cast. Skeleton number 2 strikes out at Ironius. Misses. Skeleton number 3 fires out at Fredrickson with its short bow.
Dick.
Skeleton number
7
4.
not hit.
Skeleton number 4 fires at Braun.
That's okay.
And misses. Ironius.
I'll step on the pile of bones on attack 2.
You do massive damage to it. Seems to be missing one arm completely, and is missing a few ribs now. Part of its skull is crushed. Doing a good job with that weapon, Ironius. Velfar!
I'm going to put a big old stone wall right there.
Okay. Lower its dimensions? Okay.
It's just 5 foot.
Fredrickson!
I'm going to firebolt 3. Yeah, fuck you.
Very singed skeleton. Bran!
Yeah, fuck your ribs.
I will. Can I move over here without taking opportunity attacks from number 2?
Yep, you're fine.
I will try to hit number 3 with my quarterstaff again. And I'll use Green Flame Blade to try and hit 4 as well.
Hold on a
Is
second.
that it?
So the first one, 3 is been destroyed, and wait a second. Quarterstaff can channel the fire. Thought it needed a blade.
I'm not sure. I'll check.
Because I'm pretty sure it needs a blade. It means it has to be a piercing or slashing weapon. It can't be a bludgeoning.
Components, it says
I'll
verbal,
say.
material, a weapon.
Yeah, it says I
it
It
need
just
doesn't
says
matter.
weapon? Okay, then
It
3
says-
damage it does.
make a melee
You
weapon
should switch
attack.
the U and A in quarter.
Hmm?
It's quarter spelled wrong.
Yeah, sorry.
Jason
That's
fires a firebolt. And again, misses. Skeleton. First skeleton attacks Arrhenius. 7 piercing damage. Managed to slip in a blade into you. Probably between a couple of ribs. The next one
Oh.
can't see anybody but Braun, because Braun just stepped close by and it uses a short bow on Braun. It misses. Irenaeus!
So he should get disadvantage anyways, because it's so damn close.
That's
Still
a miss.
attacking too.
Yeah. Belfar!
I'm gonna take the dodge action because I can't really see anyone from positioning wise.
Alright. Fredrickson!
I will firebolt number 2. Nope.
Miss. Braun!
I will try to destroy the skeleton in front of me.
Miss.
That misses. Alright, that's it.
Jason moves forward, taking out his dagger and tries to stab the skeleton. And he misses. Skeleton. Skeleton actually turns and strikes out at Jason. Ow! And Jason goes down.
Ah, damn it.
More than his amount of hit points. He collapses to the ground. Other skeleton takes a step over here and fires a short bow. That's Braun.
Nope. That's
Irenaeus.
all shadows.
It was just the first one. Sorry.
Yeah, that's a miss. Belfar.
I'm gonna move up to Jason, stabilize, and then I'm gonna use the remaining movement to move there.
Alright. Jason's now stabilized. Excellent.
Well, let's see. Yeah.
Yes, he is stabilized. Fredrickson.
Alright, I will attempt to blow up that fucking skeleton again. Numero dos. A sec. Ah. Nope. Damn it.
Braun.
I will try to destroy the skeleton. Hopefully.
And you do. It crumbles into dust pretty much, just leaving behind its short bow.
And I'll take a step over here.
So Jason is stabilized. Skeleton. Skeleton still goes for Irenaeus.
Hey, it did 3 damage.
Pokes you again, drawing blood. Irenaeus.
Smash.
And indeed you do. You smash the skeleton, and it crumbles into dust, leaving behind only a short sword, pretty much.
After the fight
Friendship
is
says
done,
immediately. Sorry, go ahead.
after the fight is done, I will heal Jason and Irenaeus with my healer's kit.
Alright.
And I'm gonna do an Arcana check to see if there's any traces of necromancy here besides the skeletons.
You get some sort of trace from the bed and from the wall, but you don't see any. It's more like an imprint, as if something relating to necromancy was there. Oh, description of the room, by the way. The bed here was clearly at one point much fancier than the ones in those little rooms off the other rooms. Across from it sits an ornate fireplace. It's the room is dusty, but it doesn't seem quite as unvisited, if you know what I mean.
Alright, I guess I'll use one of my spell slots then and cast Detect Magic.
Alright. There's nothing magical except, of course, you and anybody else's equipment left in this room. If there was something magic, which the imprint suggested, it has been removed.
Alright, I'm gonna go around to the other rooms and just look around.
Yeah, your detect magic isn't picking up anything from those rooms either.
Okay. So nothing from up here?
Nope.
Alright.
It looks like there was at some point, and the skeletons perhaps were guarding it, but weren't moved when whatever they were guarding was moved.
Alright, I'm gonna say to everyone, alright, let's head downstairs again. And I'm gonna head back downstairs.
And I'm thinking that this is a good stopping place for me, because I'm half asleep at the moment.
Yeah, send
That's
you.
okay.
I'm getting out of... So.
Yes, sir. Next week we can investigate further downstairs.
Yeah.
Yes.
How late in the day is it?
It's evening at this point.
Would we want to close those doors and just kind of rest in there then? And pick up fully rested?
Well, you can discuss that
probably.
you can discuss that next week. It's like, as I said, for me, it's pretty much over. My brain is not computing properly.
Fine, I'm gonna leave too. I'm gonna get some rest so I can
Yeah.
be awake for tomorrow.